Welcome to another edition of The Coaches Show here on SportsNetUSA.net. I'm Richie Mendoza. I'll be joined later by my partners, Ryan Osborne and Avery Jordan. Let's get right to some interviews before Fullerton plays the College of San Mateo this Saturday.
We're here with Coach Phil Austin. Coach Austin, Saturday, you have a chance to make history for the Fullerton College program. It could be the first time you guys go back-to-back. What's the feeling like for you?
For us, we're just taking like another game. We've done it all year. We did a good job of taking one opponent at a time, 1 week at a time. It's a big game, but we don't want to get too caught up in that. We've been successful this year the way we prepare, so we'll keep it the same. It's a good team, got a lot of respect for them, but we're definitely coming for them.
You talk about that team, San Mateo. Your defensive backs have to be good on Saturday. What are you looking for specifically?
Well, they got a great receiver. Their outside receiver, 81's a big-time threat on the outside. He'll go up and get it. He's a basketball player, so has some great ball skills. They have a good slot receiver, but they make their money running the ball. So we got to stop the run early, and hopefully they're in a position where they have to throw the ball a lot, and we'll be ready for it.
Last Saturday, you guys win pretty much a barn burner, 75-16. How do you prepare your guys to know that it's probably not going to be like that on Saturday?
It's hard. I've been lying to them all year, convincing them that every week opponent can beat us. And even though I know some teams didn't really have a shot, I want these guys to prepare every opponent, treat them exactly the same. I know that's how you win championships. You can't think, oh, this opponent's the real deal. They're going to give us a challenge. We always got to find a way to, because every team got good receivers. So we always say, look, this receiver, he's awesome, and they're going to throw it to him 20 times. And so I got a way to mess with their mind and make them always think that we got a big game.
You were talking about it before, 25 interceptions for your squad, which pretty much leads the nation at this point. Last year, when you were looking at your team, you were saying you didn't want them to focus so much on the picks, but more how they're playing positionally. Does that stand for Saturday too?
Most definitely. That's how you play football in the secondary. When you do your job, you stay on top, you let the interceptions come to you. If you're looking for interceptions and you want them, that's when you get out of position, you go for plays that you don't want to. If you do the assignment, execute your technique the way that you're coached, and interceptions will come.
Last year, you were talking about how a defensive back, if you don't hear their name so much, it's a good day for them. Is that how you feel about your group this year?
Definitely. We've taken some slack, even on TV. I've heard them making comments about us, and other coaches will make comments, and we have a tough job. We run a lot of cover zero with no help, and I like it that way. I like the pressure to be on my guys. That way we feel like we have control over what happens in the game. But this year's group is definitely different. We've evolved throughout the year, and we've peaked at the right time, and everything seemed to fall into place so far.
Who was the biggest surprise for you this season?
I would definitely have to say DeJuan Dorsey. I mean, he was on scout team the first 3 weeks, and he came here. He's kind of out of shape. We noticed him making plays over on scout team, so we brought him over here. We start competing for spots, and he ended up being one of our best guys, unanimous all-conference. So that's good for other guys to see that just because you start off on scout team, he was fourth string, and he ends up being one of our best guys. And he's a long kid that has a lot of talent, and just took a minute for him to get into shape, get used to practicing, being in our system, and he was a big surprise for us. And also the two true freshmen starting safeties. We didn't expect them to start, but we do things even. Doesn't matter where you came from, whether you came from a Pac-12 school or you were a highly touted out of high school. You come here and you compete, and if you do the right things, execute the technique, run defense the way Coach Crooks wants, then you'll get an opportunity.
Last year you had guys like Javon and D'Angelo, and then this year it's DeJuan. What sense do you get when you see guys go all-conference picks?
It makes you feel good. The way that we kind of ran through conference, I didn't want to put up a lot of guys. Taj missed 2 league games, so I didn't put him up. I kind of regret that now after I see who got first team all-conference. But that's not something that's important to me. It's something that's important to them, and I probably should have paid more attention to that, but I don't want them focused on individual awards because there's nothing like the team award at the end. When you hold up the trophy with your team, those are the things you're going to remember in the end, not your individual awards. You're going to remember that team award, winning state, winning national championship.
You guys won it last year. How do you give that sense and that feeling of a possible championship to the new guys this year?
Well, the good thing is last year when we watched American River on film, after playing Riversides and Saddlebacks, they didn't look as good. It's a different brand of football up north. A lot of games are in the rain and playing on grass, so they don't look as fast. And they surprised us. They came out and fired up. They were hitting us in the mouth, and they gave us a really good game. So we're using that this year. We're telling the guys, like, look, no matter what you see on film, this is a good team. They're going to come to play, and we can't take them lightly at all.
Thank you, Coach. We look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, I'm being joined here by Coach Larry Owens, head coach of the College of San Mateo Bulldogs, about to face off against the Fullerton College Hornets this next weekend for the state and national championship. Coach, how does it feel to make it back to the state and national title game for the second time since 2009 when you guys hosted Mount Sac?
Well, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to have the opportunity to be able to play in a game like this and against a great team like Fullerton. So we're excited about it. I'm sure both teams are working very hard to have success in that game, but it's an honor to represent Northern California.
Now, this is the first time that this is the first time in the school's 95-year history that the team has had an 11-win season. What are some of the factors that have gone into making the season such a success?
Well, I think the biggest thing we've had is a little bit of luck. Especially a couple weeks ago at ARC, them missing a field goal to tie the game and that kind of thing. But I think it's been a good common bond of our football team to work hard and work together and to join a brotherhood with one another. And I contribute that to the team and the players more than anything else.
Now, I was looking at your coaching staff. It's pretty extensive. What kind of work do you put in to put that kind of staff together to get you guys where you're at?
Well, we're very fortunate. We've had, along with myself, there's 4 of the coaches who are head coaches in community college and at the community college level, and just me having an opportunity to know some of those guys and be friends with them and trying to get them over to our side has really helped. But a lot of it too, we've had a lot of former players be a part of our program, be a part of our football team. Yeah. So that part has been very, very good.
All right, now take me back to that first loss that you had this season. Well, your only loss that you had this season against American River. How are you and the staff feeling about the season at that point, and what was your guys' mind state?
Well, we knew going in that ARC was a very good team. They were in the state playoffs last year. Had a lot of guys returning. We felt like in that game we had our opportunities to win it, and we kind of let it slip through. And so the kids were upset that they let that happen, and that was their motivation throughout the rest of the year, is to want to have a chance to play them one more time. So it was more or less, when you lose and you thought you should have won or you could have won,
yeah,
the frustration was there, and so that propelled us to each week after that. So, and we just kind of bonded at that point.
Was it hard for you guys to bounce back from that?
No, because it wasn't like they blew us out or anything like that. It was basically because of we just didn't execute when we had to, and we didn't pay attention to details, and we told our kids the whole week, ARC is a very well coached team. They're detail orientated, and if you're not, you come up short. And we came up short because the last point we missed a PAT to have the game go in overtime. So, it was just one of those kind of things that the kids kind of saw what we were talking about, and from that point on, the details got pretty much done.
Well, how did it feel to avenge that loss in such a big time game? Because that was a big time game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, just not for me, but for the kids. I think it was like a gratification that they felt like they were a better team at that junction at that time. But again, to play in that championship game and be able to win it was just a great feeling. The kids were feeling very good about themselves, and I mean they were excited about moving on and having the chance to play at the state game. So it was a great feeling.
Now you guys have had you've got an 11-1 record right now, 5-0 undefeated in conference. You were undefeated in conference last year. It's also a historic year for Fullerton. Can you tell me why you guys, or why Fullerton should fear you guys?
I don't think they're gonna fear us. They're the state champs. I mean, the champion never fears the underdog there. So they're not gonna fear us. They're a very good football team. They got a lot of talent, so they're not gonna fear us at all.
All right, now what's been, from your standpoint, what's been the most surprising thing that's happened this year with you and your team?
The surprising. That's a good question. I think we kind of knew going in what kind of football team we had as the season started. I just didn't know, after losing the two quarterbacks we had last year to our quarterback jail faster. Basically, we have two freshmen that were coming in, and trying to have the freshman quarterback be your leader was kind of tough. So I think that was a surprise. It went kind of ebb and flow. Early, Akina was a starter for us, and then later on, Miles Kendrick came in, and I think Miles came in and just kind of blossomed, kind of expanded. So I think those kind of things of having the quarterbacks kind of stand up a little bit was probably a big surprise for us.
All right, now, and you've done a lot of work for this school over the past 25 years. Now, over that time, can you describe what it's like working with the school like College of San Mateo, and what it's done for you and how it's just affected or influenced your life?
Well, I can tell you this. You know, I'm fortunate and honored to have an opportunity to work for the College of San Mateo. I mean, we've had great people in the program. My mentor, Coach Tom Martinez, was one of the biggest reasons why I ended up at College of San Mateo. So, you know, he's passed, but he's still with me every day. I think about the lessons that he taught me. I think we have, our administration has been outstanding. Our Chancellor, Ron Galatolo, has been very, very supportive. Our president, Mike Clare, has also been there. So I think it's been real good to see the support that the administration has. I know a lot of times what happens in sports, you know, there's times where people don't consider sport as being educational, but it really is. And so I think that we have a lot of opportunities to learn, not only how to play the game, but life lessons. I always tell the kids, you know, it's a microcosm of your life. It's been a microcosm of my life. Starting young, being an African American coach who, you know, during the time I was growing up, a lot of black coaches didn't have the opportunity to be a head coach. But
right.
At College of San Mateo, I give them credit. They gave me an opportunity young and probably inexperienced at the time to go through. So, you know, now we have the support of our administration and everybody, and everybody's been good. Our teachers, and so it's been a great opportunity for me. So I just think that I owe it all to our administration, our dean, our physical education, Andreas Wolf, those kind of people that made this job what it is. And I just hope to pay them back of having a good showing Saturday afternoon, because this is the pinnacle for a community college, this game. And, you know, there's only two teams that can play in it. It's us and Fullerton, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
All right, Coach Owens, well, thank you once again for taking the time to set some time aside to do this interview. I really do appreciate it, and best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you. You guys too, and we'll see you on Saturday.
All right, see you Saturday.
Thanks for watching this edition of The Coaches Show here on SportsNetUSA.net. Don't forget to tune in this Saturday at 1 o'clock to catch the National Championship football game here on SportsNetUSA.net. That game will be broadcasted by our very own Mark Pavlovich, Corey Nalen, and Ryan Osborne. You can listen to it right here on SportsNetUSA.net at 1 o'clock. Be sure to tune in.